Have you ever felt like you're always the one reaching out, the one trying, and yet no matter what you do, they seem distant, uninterested, as though your efforts go unnoticed? It can feel like you're invisible, like your love, care, and attention are being discarded as though they don't matter. It's frustrating, and maybe even painful. You might be asking yourself, why am I always the backup plan? Why don't they see my value? It's a gut-wrenching feeling, knowing that you're giving so much, yet feeling like you're never the priority. But here's the hard truth. Being treated as an option isn't about your worth, it's about how they perceive you. And that perception can change. What happens next is in your hands. It's time to flip the script. Instead of begging for their attention, instead of proving yourself to someone who doesn't see you, you're going to make them see you, because ignoring you will become the hardest thing they've ever done. Here's how you become unforgettable. 1. Create mystery and intrigue. When someone figures you out too easily, they lose interest. The brain craves complexity. People are drawn to what's just out of reach. Right now, they think they know everything about you, but that's the problem. To shift their perception, you need to become unpredictable. You need to be both present enough to spark their interest, but distant enough to leave them wondering. It's about creating a sense of depth, an air of mystery that makes them curious. Stop being predictable. When they can't fully understand you, they'll be hooked on wanting to know more. 2. Absence creates value. One of the most powerful psychological tools you have at your disposal is the power of absence. People can't miss what they never lose. If you're always around, always available, they'll take you for granted. It's time to change that. Create space. Step back. Let them feel the void you leave when you're not there. That absence will create a longing, a realization that they've taken your presence for granted. But don't do this out of spite. Do it as a strategy. When you stop fulfilling their every need and start prioritizing your own life, you'll become someone they can't afford to lose. 3. Stop chasing. Start living. You've probably been chasing their attention, trying to prove your worth. But here's the thing. People don't value what's easy to get. You need to stop chasing and start living your life with purpose. Build a life that's so full, so magnetic, that they'll be drawn to you naturally. When you stop begging for attention and start focusing on your own growth, the people who truly see your worth will be drawn to you. You won't have to chase them, they'll come to you. 4. Sculpt your identity like a masterpiece. Imagine walking into a museum and you're captivated by a masterpiece. It doesn't beg for attention, it stands there, quietly radiating power and beauty. That's how you need to live your life, like a masterpiece. You are not just anyone, and you are not just another face in the crowd. Right now, you might feel like a block of stone, full of potential but hidden under layers of insecurity and doubt. But it's time to carve yourself into someone they can't afford to ignore. Invest in yourself. Sculpt your identity with intention, and others will be drawn to you. 5. Balance closeness with independence. The key to becoming unforgettable is balancing your presence with independence. People don't want to feel like they have you all figured out, and they don't want you to be always available. You need to create a dynamic where they feel the pull of your absence. Make them work to understand you. The chase is not about games, it's about creating intrigue. 6. Choose yourself first. Finally, the most important rule: choose yourself. Prioritize your own growth, your own happiness, and your own well-being. When you choose yourself, you set boundaries, protect your peace, and stop bending to fit into spaces that were never meant for you. By valuing yourself first, you teach others how to treat you. You stop begging for attention, and instead, you radiate self-worth. You stop settling for being an option and start becoming someone they can't afford to lose. By following these principles, you can transform from being an option to their only choice. It's not about manipulation or playing games. It's about creating an identity that commands respect, making them see your value by stepping back, and living a life that naturally attracts them. Remember, the power has always been in your hands. So, let's start this journey. Make your absence felt. Choose yourself, and let them realize what they've been missing. You are unforgettable.